video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel, playing an EIKW and J deck, and J is the first expansion deck for for AG2. So we haven't really been playing any AG2 games on the site. Unfortunately, my perspective is that it was a little rushed. Like, we got told about AG2 like as it was going to the printer, and it wasn't like we could put a lot of feedback in. Our feedback was like, oh hey, there's this card called Caravan. It costs 3 wood and 3 food, and it lets you steal family growth on the starting player space. Should we change it? We ended up, I think most people will say that that's a card that in a competitive setting you will ban instantly, but it might be balanced, but it's just like too annoying to play with because 3 wood 3 food is significant, but you know, um, it's too annoying to play with as a thing. So yeah, so this is the J deck is going to be the first expansion for AG2, and it will actually come out before AG3 because AG3 is the 2017 sort of 10th anniversary collector's ish edition, whereas AG2 are the 96 cards that are included in the new base version of Agricola. And then there's the 2017 like 10th anniversary edition, which I'm calling the collector's edition kind of. And then there's also going to be a 5-6 player expansion for the 2016 version. It's all very complicated. Now, of course, the new publishers are probably trying to make money. Yeah, so JDeck is an expansion for AG2, and unfortunately we cannot playtest AG2 and J together just because of the way the cards are set up. I think Chris is working to implement that soon. But yeah, we also haven't been playing an AG2 because there's no point in playtesting it. It's already out there, it's already been printed, so we can play it if we think the cards are better, but nobody thinks the cards are better. All right, let's take a look at this. Bean Messenger. Each time. That is a terrible card. The earliest time you can get a vegetable from it is in round 5, which is only about 2 turns earlier than normal. Terrible. Hobby Farmer is quite good. Bedmaker. Each time you add room to your house, you can pay a wood and a grain to family growth immediately. That is quite good. Now, the grain cost is significant because if you're just replacing taking a grain with the family growth action, I don't know. That looks really strong though. Probably I'm gonna take that card. Animal Reeve. It's a 4 wood occupation. And if you have 4 animals of each type, you get 5 bonus points. So I want to remember this card, and I want to remember that I will get more points if I acquire more animals. Otherwise, Hobby Farmer is good. I think probably I'd take Bedmaker ahead of Hobby Farmer. Storehouse Steward. Each time, stone, reed, clay, wood. Okay, that's not that good because it means you have to take fishing or traveling players a lot, which you don't really want to. And Stonecutter doesn't really look that good. And Stonecutter has a duplicate name, which I should comment on. Because that's part of the playtesting, is we're trying to figure out stuff like that. Part of the issues we have is that there's a gap in between like you, who is German and doesn't really speak English, and then there's an English translator who isn't necessarily that familiar with the game. Yeah. One moment. You guys are still going to be able to hear me, but I'm going to close a couple things that could be closed. Okay. Next thing. Um, Stagehand. Wow. Stagehand. That is pretty good. Um, Although it's nice with the bed maker. And if I think there are more traveling player combo cards out there, then it's good. Hmm. Not gonna take Cowboy and Mother because of bed maker. Bohemian, that's about one food per round. That is quite good. Swagman, each time you use the build room or take one grade, you can use the other of the two with the same person. Oh, this is sick. Okay. Well, I think I just lucked into an amazing combo. Swagman plus Bedmaker. Swagman is going to give me. I can go on the grain and then jump to Bedmaker. And that's how I get the grain to do my family growth action spaces. So that's quite good. I wouldn't mind Foreman or Bohemian. Either of those would be decent. Also, Tenant Farmer. Tenant Farmer is quite good with the Animal Reeve card. Taking a look here. Cool Hunter. Uh, that's pretty marginal. Now, it does work so that if someone goes on vegetable when it comes out, you could then go on boar for, but I don't think it's that good. Each time another player uses fishing or reed, I can give them a wood to receive food. That wouldn't be too bad because getting food from wood is nice, and then I could just focus on taking food all game. Clay Fire, not that strong. Cattle Breeder is quite good. Yeah, okay, so I've got, it's between Cattle Breeder, Sun Farmer, Borrower. Borrower is really nice actually with the Swagman. Would make me able to grow like round 4 potentially. So I think Borrower is going to be the choice. So I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. So, I was pretty lucky. Whenever you take Bedmaker, you're hoping to get a card that makes lets you get grain easily. Um, and then I happen to get Swagman. So my plan for stage one, I need 6 wood. I need 2 reed. I need to play Bedmaker and Swagman. So 6 wood is probably 2 or 3 wood actions. And then the 2 occupations and a 2 reed action. So that's 6 of my actions in stage one. And then Borrower will let me get away with some really early family growth shenanigans. So looking at this pile, so there's Pastor. So hopefully someone takes Cowboy and Mother, because if someone takes Cowboy and Mother, I'm just gonna grow like mad while they don't grow at all. It'll actually mean that everyone's gonna have a really strong game if that's the case, because the family growth space will be really uncontested. Immigrant Son is 3 plows, which is pretty good. Interior Decorator. Interior Decorator does combo with Breadmaker. With Bedmaker. However, it doesn't really combo with Swagman. Yeah, I think not taking Interior Decorator. I can either take a grain or buy a vegetable for 2 food. Oh, this is pretty good. More grain. Harvest Seller, turning grain into boar. That's pretty good. Pig owner. Pig owner. Man, there are a lot of good small, big animal cards. Yeah, a lot of them. Um, Immigrant Son is 3 plows, most likely. I think, though, I'm going to take Cord Maker because I'm going to want to take 2 reed a lot. And so if I'm taking 2 reed and a grain, that's pretty nice. Yeah. And then hopefully I get a plow. If I get a plow, then I'll be happy with Cord Maker over Immigrant Son. Here, Berry. Am I gonna? Okay, here's the thing. Am I gonna play Berry Picker? When would I play it? Round one. If round one comes and occupation is available but 3 wood is not, that's when I would do that. I'd rather play Cord Maker. Thing is, Berry Picker is decent, but I think I would rather do just about anything else. Although Stone Cutter, Stone Carrier, you know what? I'll take Berry Picker just in case I get something like Sunday School. Because if I get Sunday School, then I can first action Berry Picker and then later on play Sunday School. Um, So I assume Stagehand does not combo with Swagman. Yeah, because Swagman requires using a person. Stagehand does not use a person. Um, Bohemian is basically 1 food per round at like a pretty reasonable point in the game. I think it's probably easier to get that food than Foreman. Stagehand seems decent with my combo, but with Swagman I don't mind using my actions to get. But then again, do I need to use Swagman when I've got Cord Maker as well? I'm not sure. Cool Hunter. I think the pick here is Potter. I need more ways of getting food if I'm going to have a big family. So big family, lots of clay actions. Yeah, looks okay to me. Alright. See some familiar cards like Baking Tray, Backdoor. What else? Throwing Axe. Each time you use a wood accumulation space when there's at least 1 boar on Take a Boar, you receive 2 food. That is quite good because I'm going to want to do a lot of wood actions. Shepherd's Hut. Number of sheep you have added to the current round and place an equal number of wood on that space. That's pretty good. But I don't have a way of accommodating sheep early. Shock. It's a point and gives a grain. Yeah, not that good. Par force hunting would be pretty good considering I know all those boar cards are out there. However, I think the pick here is the throwing axe because all that food is going to be really nice. Should be worth a ton of food for me. So yeah, my goals. I still hopefully am going to get a plow, but I'm going to go for 5 rooms. Hopefully I can get to a stone house. Um, because each time I build a room, I get an instant family growth action, which is awesome. So I'm going to need 18 wood and 6 reed, and then with Swagman that gives me the 3 grain I need. And then the nice thing about the cord maker is that it gives me extra grain which I can use to do other stuff with. So yeah, pretty good. Grassland Harrow is one. It's just one field where I think I'm probably gonna take swing plow here because swing plow is exactly what I'm looking for. Camembert is really strong. Um, the start of each work phase, I can turn a clay and a grain into 3 clay and a food. So you're turning a grain into 2 clay and a food. That's not that good. Although the cord maker, it's unlikely the cord maker is going to give me a lot of excess grain. That's the thing. Grain does accumulate really slowly. Um, barley mill, 2 stone and a wood, or 4 clay and a wood. Like food for each harvested grain field. I'm taking swing plow. Swing plow is exactly what I was looking for. Telegram. Add 1 to the current round for each fence in your supply. Oh, cool. So it's a guest token that gives you 1 point, but it's contingent on having used fences, which I'm not going to use fences early. I want to be building rooms early. Feed yard. Feed yard is interesting. Lets me hold animals, but again, it only lets you hold animals if you already have room for them. Each time you upgrade a fireplace to cooking hearth, you get 2 wood and a vegetable. Yeah, all of these are actually pretty weak cards, I have to say. Telegram is probably the best, although it's very likely that I only fence 12 anyways, in which case Telegram has to be played before round 11, which, what are the odds that I fence before round 11? Really low. Um, Market stall might be okay. Uses a minor improvement to save me 2 food on my cord maker. Watering can is quite good actually. It's a way to get a ton of points. But with swing plow, hopefully I won't need it. Should be able to get lots of those points anyways. I could take feed yard. 1 food for each unused spot on this card. Watering can. I'll take feed yard. Let's give this a shot. Hopefully I get watering can back from that pile. So the problem with my game right now is all my occupations I want to play early. I want to play Swagman before I build a room. I want to play Bedmaker before I build a room. I want to play Berry Picker in round 1. I want to play Bohemian in round 2 or 3. I want to play Cord Maker in round 2. Reed belt. I am going to need a decent amount of reed. So if the reed space is hotly contested, reed belt would be good. Stable tree. Each time you build a stable, one wood on each of the next 3 round spaces. That's pretty good. Carpenter's axe. If you have 7 wood in your supply, you can build a stable for 1 wood. That's pretty good, actually. Especially because stables are ways for me to increase the points on my farm pretty easily. Trellises, not going to take that. Garden hoe. This is pretty good, actually. As long as I sow a vegetable, I get a clay and a stone. That'll help me renovate if I'm going to do 5 rooms. Return a fireplace cooking hearth. 4 food per vegetable, 3 food per sheep, 5 food per cattle. And the baked bread is grain into 2 food instead of grain into 3. It does let you eat the sheep easier. I think, though, the pick here is going to be carpenter's axe. Getting some stables will be nice, I think. And then here, it's par force hunting. I was thinking about first picking that card. Par force hunting will be good with all those animals out there, all those animal cards out there. Yeah. Get me a breeding pair for a minor improvement. Although it is 2 wood, which is a little expensive considering I want to build lots of rooms. I'm really hoping that someone took Cowboy and Mother and Pastor and Animal Reeve and is planning on doing that. Like if Josh or Adam P could be doing that, that would be really nice. I think I want to take Flat Hill here. If I can pull off Flat Hill, that would just be amazing. Like with my swing plow and my cord maker, it's doable. Yeah. And here, market stall, prize winning sheep, badger. Badger might be okay here, actually. It can go between take a grain and plow a field. Yeah, Badger might be okay. It's generally a pretty weak card, though. Market stall. Yeah, I think I just take market stall, probably. It saves me 2 food, and I'm going to need a ton of food. So yeah, this is going to be interesting game. My plan is so with Bedmaker and Swagman, I need 6 wood and 2 reed every time that I'm going to renovate, or every time that I'm going to build a room. And then I guess I could build my 5th room as a clay room. That's always doable as well. But then it makes it harder for me to use my flat hill. And it means that the flat hill saves me fewer resources in general. I don't know. We'll see. This will be an interesting game. I need to... So there's going to be a bunch of bonus points available, and I'm not going to have access to them. The way I counteract that is by maximizing my... Getting 4 stable points with Carpenter's Axe. Maximizing other stuff. Yeah. Alright. I have first action. I think I want to take 2 reed. So that means I'm going to start off by playing Berry Picker. I could play Bohemian here, but Bohemian won't activate for the first couple rounds. Even though Bohemian... yeah, Berry Picker, I mean, I'll probably do a wood action every round almost, so it's probably about as good as Bohemian. And it gives the food earlier, which is good. Yeah, I didn't get Sunday school or anything, so hopefully occupation is not super contested early on. If it is, that can slow me down quite a bit. The other things I'm hoping for, I'm hoping family growth comes out in round 7. I would like for that to happen. Oh, and I just realized Swagman is unblockable. Take one grain, or that you use build room and take a grain regardless of whether or not it is occupied. That's sick. That's really sick. Good stuff. Quite happy with this. So just as long as I have enough wood, I'll have a monster game. Oh my, and I got 3 wood back. This is the dream. And I get a food with my berry picker. This is the absolute dream start. And it's aided by the fact that Wallfly, seeing Major Minor come in round 1, chose to do 2 clay over 3 wood. Dream start. So to remind you of my countdown to growing, 3 wood, another 3 wood action, a 2 reed action, play bedmaker, play swagman, build room. So 3 wood, 2 reed, 2 occupations, and then the build room action. So I have 5 actions left. And then if I have to do 2 wood actions, then that'll slow me down a bit. But that's okay. I play Swagman. I could have done 2 reed here. Maybe 2 reed would have been better. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Not taking 2 reed. Yeah, I think the new architect gives a grain for each room you build and a food for each stable you build. Actually, did I do a video with that? I think I played it recently. Yeah, unfortunately, none of these. We're not playing with any of the changed cards here. We're playing with all the old cards because, like I was saying earlier on in the video, the functionality doesn't exist on the site yet. And I get to read. Oh, this is just the dream start. Now, if I can get 3 wood and play bedmaker next round, I'll be really happy. And the great thing is, they're gonna try to make me starve if I family growth. I don't care. I have borrower. I'm not gonna starve. So yeah, pretty cool. Even if I don't get the borrower out before this harvest, the borrower will let me get rid of beggars in the future, because of all the actions I'm gonna have. Adam did play Animal Reeve, which I highlighted before. And looks like I'm gonna get starting player for 3rd round in a row with no work. That'll be pretty cool. I can occupation, I can do 3 wood. It seems like Josh and Wallfly are not valuing occupation super highly, so I will do 3 wood and get a food. Even if I have to do expensive occupation, I'll still do it. Yeah. If I can get Bedmaker play this. Oh, it's gonna be too silly. Also, the miners, nobody's wanted to play any miners early, which is pretty cool. There's the Cowboy and Mother by Adam. I have to say, I didn't really introduce the other players, Wallfly, Josh, and Adam, but Adam P in particular is a really strong player. So to see him doing a Cowboy and Mother strategy makes me happy because he is probably my biggest opponent. I could do 4 clay here, but I don't really. I think I want to just keep hoarding wood, especially with the berry picker. So now, hopefully, I get to do occupation next round. I could have starting playered here. What would I have done? Starting player. Nah, it would have been a wasted action. I'm not going to starting player. But the cord maker is getting delayed a bit. I would have liked to have the cord maker out by now. But yeah, Cowboy and Mother played by Adam. Cowboy and Mother is unique in that it's very reliable. It very reliably scores you in the mid 40s. However, at the cost of being having very little interference on your opponents. Here's mineralologist, mineral mineralogist, mineralogist. Is that right? Mineralogist. I guess it's right. I don't know. Adam plays shock. 1 field tile. Gets a grain in a few rounds. Okay. Just as long as I get occupation, I don't care. Yeah. Josh will probably starting player Goblet next round, I would think. Or starting player play Goblet, yeah, because he's gone for that Reedstone food pretty heavily. Why does Wallfly get a stone? Each time you use a clay stone accumulation. Oh, accumulation space. You also get a stone and clay. Oh, that's decent. Not as decent as what I'm about to do. I'm about to family growth in round 4. Adam plays Carpenter's Bench. This card is really strong. Yeah, Carpenter's Bench is really strong. Because it gives you a lot of fence actions, and it means you never have to go on the fence space, and it means that you can immediately use the wood that you grab, which is really good with Cowboy and Mother, because Cowboy and Mother gives you animals, so Adam's gonna have a crap ton of animal stuff. So I go on. I'm gonna have to beg 2, but that's okay because I have Borrower. So Borrower was actually the perfect card for me because it lets me do this, which is family growth in round 4. So things I would like to see. I would like to see Family Growth come out in round 7 because that means I gain even more over Wallfly and Josh. I also have Adam playing Cowboy Mother, not really gonna build, not really gonna Family Growth for a while. So yeah. So it's going to be important, pretty important for me to have a good food engine. So probably I need to focus on getting a cooking hearth. I do have the potter, which is good. Getting clay oven would be decent as well with cord maker, playing cord maker and then doing other thing. So I'll grab. Oh, I can grab 3 wood. Yeah. Well, if I could, getting 3 wood, then playing an occupation, then doing cord maker, that would be best case scenario, I think, because then I get an extra grain. Although I guess I could just do 3 wood, read, and then grow again, and I would have 4 people at the end of round 5, which is just nuts. How badly do I want to play cord maker? Cord maker will give me periodic grain and vegetable. However, if I family growth around earlier, I can use that action just to take a grain, which is pretty strong. And I've borrower to feed myself for the next harvest. So yeah, I think I can do that. If I do get 3, oh, well, I'll take 3 reed if it's available. Yeah, and then build a room again. Although, yeah, okay, Josh, there we go. Good. Josh recognizing that I might do that. So I guess that probably was a mistake. Maybe I should have done 3 reed instead. I wasn't really planning on growing again super early, but if I did take 3 reed, then I could have taken wood twice. I don't know. Adam gets the well. So that's always really good when you're doing Cowboy and Mother. More points. Also denies the goblet if Josh did take goblet. I'm not totally sure if he did or not, but I'll play Bohemian if I can. Looks like it'll start being worth a food per round now, and a food per round for the rest of the game is pretty good. This is a very early food per round card. Most of the food per round cards happen later, but I guess Well was built, so this is about as good as Well Builder. It's much more reliable than not Well Builder. The one that Water Fetcher or whatever. The one that gives you food per round once the well's built. Yeah. This would have been the same time as the well. So, but it's Bohemian is much more reliable, I think. So I wouldn't have minded doing starting player here, but of course it's not available to me. I could plow a field. I could do traveling players. I could take wood. If I take wood, I keep the wood count low for my opponents. I do need food as well, but I think activating my berry picker more is good. Even though Adam, of course, will use his art director to go on traveling players. Yeah, Wallfly pointing out that it's nice for me that family growth is around 7. Yes, it's true. It's also good for the cowboy and mother. The cowboy and mother also hopes for family growth around 7. But on the flip side, at least Viking Josh and Wallfly will have to use basically no starting player actions to get family growth. They're only competing with each other. They're not competing with Adam or I at all. So, so I wouldn't mind doing Reedstone food here. 3 wood, Reedstone food. Yeah, taking taking clay, I guess, would be okay. Wallfly plays brushwood collector. So I'll do Reedstone food. Because now when I do a second Reedstone food action next round, then I can grow again in round 7, which will be the same time that the first family growth action comes into the game. And then beyond that, growing will become a lot more difficult. Or feeding, not growing. Feeding will become a lot more difficult because, of course, 8 food per round is very significant. I will need to get a hearth. I do have Potter, so Potter will help. So if I have Potter plus Basket Maker's Workshop, or more likely Potter plus the Pottery, or Potter plus Joinery, any of those would be really good. So yeah, Potter plus Joinery I think will help alleviate a lot of my food related issues. I do want to get the carpenter's axe out at some point because I want to start getting stables, because stables are going to let me hold breeding pairs of animals. Par force hunting at some point would be okay too. Round 7 is the last time I can use it and still get both the animals. Wallfly plays Hawk Tower. Place a stone room on the round space 12. Just as long as you're in stone, you get a thing. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Only costs 2 clay. And so long as you stay on 3 rooms, it's pretty easy to get the stone room. Quite strong in my opinion. So if I don't occupation here, I get a food from Bohemian. But if I do occupation, I can play my cord maker or my borrower. I do think I want to get the borrower out. I don't think I want to delay it anymore. -1 and then get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this is taking away a food from my Bohemian, but I don't think I wanted to get beggars again next harvest. I think that's putting myself a little too far down the thing. I did 3 clay. I think I want to do 2 stone actually instead. Do I want to do that? It's pretty reliable that I'll get a 4 clay action next round. Or is it? I want to do a reed action with my first move, so like Reedstone food or 2 reed would be good. Yeah, probably Reedstone food. And then build a room. But I'm going to be contesting with Wallfly for build a room. Oh, and I'm not, because I can go on the green space. Nice. Nice. So the only way I get blocked is if Viking Josh or Adam chooses to block grain, which is possible. It's absolutely possible that they choose to do that. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea for Adam to do it, actually, I think. But he gets a grain next round anyways. He doesn't really need to. I don't know. Hard to say. Viking Josh could do it. He could take a grain because then he's thinking family growth second action. But no, Wallfly's going to grow if he doesn't. So yeah, he needs to grow here. Nice. clay oven, no surprise. So I want to get the stone oven, I think. I do want to get pottery too. Josh will be able to build the stone oven as well. Do I need the stone oven to win? No, I think I need pottery or joinery instead. Those will be just as good for me, I think. Yeah. So then my plan will be to go on take a grain. Will I do it with this action? I hadn't decided. Also, do I want to play Chord Maker instead of just doing a take one grain action? You have to pay a food and you might get one extra grain, or you might pay 3 food to get a vegetable. It's probably worth it. Worst case, Ontario, I get 2 read myself. So yeah, we'll see what I do with one of my last actions. Nice thing about having lots of people is you can react to what other people do. So if Wallfly is sitting on starting player, which she is, and that's good, that means that I'll get one of those really good clay actions next round, assuming that they're left. So I'll do this here. Swagman, G, build, grow. So I do a room for 6 wood and a person for 6 wood and 2 reed, and also the grain that I get from my swagman. I'll put another person on the take 1 grain space. Yeah, pretty nice combination. So my plan is 5-room stone house, 4 stables, 4 pastures, 6 fields. So I'm going to try to maximize crop points because I have 6 fields and lots of actions. Yeah, I don't think Swagman is that good. I mean, unblockable rooms is decent, and if a grain every time you build a room is decent, but it's mostly just strong because of the bed maker is what's making it strong. And here I have one more action. So I have a couple different things I can do. I have the last action of the round. So I'm going to do one of these big clay grabs next round. So that leaves me time to play Chord Maker. And I get a food from Bohemian, feed 7. Yeah. So now Wallfly has to first action family growth, so I'll grab 6 clay, and then second action 3 reed if it's available, although I highly doubt 3 reed will come all the way around. Nice thing is I do have 4 stone already, which is quite good. Lets me build a major improvement and still be very confident of getting the 5 stone needed to renovate. Not that that's really an issue. Don't know why Wallfly did it in 3 piles. I guess it's easier to take one that way. Yeah, so I do 6 clay. So pretty much the rest of the game I'm going to be taking wood. So even if I have to do 2 wood actions, 2 wood and a food, I'm totally okay with. Because I have 4 people at the start of round 8. I'm totally okay with starving the game of wood. Starving the other players of wood. Just for interest's sake, how much more wood do I want for the rest of the game? Well, I want to build, probably want to build one more wooden room. Although I could switch to a clay room. When's the next time there'll be enough clay? I think I would rather just build pottery rather than build another clay room. Yeah. Do I want to build pottery here? If I don't build pottery, Viking Josh might build it, but if... Oh, Wallfly builds pottery. When did she have enough stone? I didn't see that coming, I guess. I thought I was going to get pottery. Okay, that means I really need... means I'm going to need another way of getting food, and unfortunately I can't play on the major minor. But I get 3 wood and a food is okay. I don't really care. She can do whatever she wants. What I would like to have happen is I would like to get stone oven now. So yeah, if I could do that, I could grab 3 reed and then Reno stone oven. And then the 3 reed I get a grain from my cord maker. Plus G. And then what will my last action be? Adam is starting player. Okay. That's good because that means I go ahead of Josh in turn order. Because that means it's easier for me to build stone oven ahead of him. So do I want a Reno stone oven or do I want... Oh, I could still do both. Yeah, I don't have to pick one or the other. Oh, Josh will probably Reno stone oven. Well, I'll just play Potter then. Nice and easy. So between Potter and Bohemian, I should be generating 4 food each harvest. So if I could get one more way of getting food. Because fishing and traveling players won't be able to keep up with it. And I don't really want to do, if I don't get Basket Maker's Workshop, I don't really want to do Reedstone food that many times. Although, I do need 2 more reeds, so 2 more Reedstone foods is okay. But I would rather probably go on the 2 reed and get a grain myself. I don't know. It's difficult to say. Shout out to the people watching in Twitch chat. I did broadcast this live originally on twitch.tv/play_agricola. You can come and hang out with me here and say hello. Oh, I do want to play Throwing Axe as well. I forgot about Throwing Axe. My first pick, minor improvement. Oh yeah, Throwing Axe is great. Would have been good with my 3 wood action, but anyways. I do Reedstone food here because that'll enable me to Reno build stone oven ahead of Josh. So Adam obviously setting up to do a sow action. I am gonna want a way to build to eat animals. So yeah, I think my next room will be think I want to do this. Place stone oven and bake one grain. So I guess the reedstone food action was wasted. But I do need more reed still. I can always use more reed. I do want to take 2 reed next round because 2 reed will give me enough to build another room. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with this. My next action will be through one of the 3 wood actions. I do have flat hill as well. So if I could make the flat hill work, then that would save me on using clay, because then I could build a 5th room with the clay. Yeah, I think the timing on flat hill is not really going to work, unfortunately. I would need no more clay actions because well, one more clay action maybe. We'll see. I'll keep going with the flow, kind of. Plus food. I do need extra food at the end of the game to pay off my borrowers. I'm going to need, in the final harvest, 10 food for my 5 people, plus 12 food to pay off my beggars. Because I have 4 beggars. So that means I'm probably going to want to get a really good Hollow Warden. So he immediately gets a fireplace. Oh, it's okay. I guess Wallfly knew about it. I don't really know why Wallfly rushed first fireplace that hard. I can sort of understand why. First fireplace is really good, but I don't know. I can grow again here. If I do reedstone food and then if I do reedstone food, I can grow again this round and get to 5 people at the end of round 9. That's pretty good. And then even if my people just do actions like take 1 grain, take 1 vegetable, that's okay because it'll be points. Josh plays Basket Maker's Workshop. Makes me kind of happy because hopefully my Cord Maker will get activated more often. The only reason I would not is because of the number of. The only reason I would not build a room here is because I think that it'll be too hard to get enough wood to win. So like probably I'll be able to get enough. I'll be able to get my 15 for swing plow and 12 fences. But will I get it in? Will I get it in time to hold animals, which will give me points to win? And I'm not sure about that. Each time you sow a vegetable, you get a clay and a stone. Okay. All right, I did see that card. I just forgot about it. I think I do reedstone food here. And then I'll do grain or build room. Yeah, I'll grow again. Lots of growing. And then I'll need to take wood really aggressively. Turn a fireplace into cooking hearth, you get 2 wood and a vegetable. That's okay. Problem is it's really difficult to activate multiple times. Like there's almost no reason why you would want to do so. So yeah, here 6 wood, 2 grain to do a family growth action. And I feed 9. And I get a food from Bohemian. And I'll eat a clay as well. So now I need to get points. So I'm going to have 5 stone rooms. So 5 stone rooms is a good amount of points. Now I need to get other stuff. I want to make sure I have no negative points at the end of the game. I did get stone ovens. A stone oven is a decent amount of points. So now, hopefully I can get 3 wood here. Wallfly took stone. Excellent. I take 3 wood and a food. So if a plow and field is available later on in this round, I'll definitely want a starting player or play swing plow in some way, and then I'll definitely want to swing plow and then plow, get that done. So that hopefully I can get a sow action in before the next harvest. So just to remind you, I haven't played a single minor improvement yet, which is kind of funny. I've played all of my occupations though. This would have been a good erudite game. So the thing about Bedmaker is that you don't have the minor improvement action when you go on when you do family growth. I do 2 wood and a food. And then my next 3 actions probably starting player swing plow, then plow 3 fields, then take vegetable or take grain. One of those 2. And then hopefully I'll be the only person that can plow next round. Or that can sow next round, so I won't need to compete for it. I will need a ton of food towards the end of the game. So getting a sow action, or getting a sow bake action in round 14 will be pretty important because of all the food that I've borrowed with Borrower. Hopefully I can pull it off. Hopefully. Adam does starting player. Adam and I both would have liked a way to play minor improvements easier. Something like, that occupation that lets you put a food on traveling player to play a minor. I think that card's quite nice. Not really good if you're going to do normal play, but if you're going to ever avoid minor improvements, or the, or even the card that lets you replace bake bread with a minor improvement, that would have been good too. Wallfly does that. Oh, Adam didn't starting player. He ran out. Oh, okay. So I'll starting player. Play swing plow. So I need 8 more wood for the rest of the game, assuming I don't play any wood miners, which it looks like I'm probably not going to. Yeah, Adam will have a very high scoring farm. He'll have 5 bonus points from Animal Reeve. He'll have a couple bonus points from his miners. Yeah, he'll have a pretty good farm. I didn't see anything like carpet though. That's what you really worry about. He probably has Pastor still to play. So I'll do 2 reed here. 2 reed and a grain seems fine. And then take vegetable. Probably that's my next 2 actions. 4 food traveling players would be okay. Yeah, 4 food traveling players is decent. But I don't think I need it. I think taking a grain is 4 food as well. So once traveling players gets better than taking a grain, then I'll consider it. So once it gets to 5, because of course with stone oven I can bake a grain into 4 food. So I will take the stone from Park Cemetery. The stone might be useful for me. Probably not, but it might be useful for me, so it's worth taking. I'm not really worried about Wallfly anyways. Wallfly is not my biggest opponent this game. Josh or Adam are much more threatening. No offense to Wallfly, but looks like she's not even gonna get the Renos in time. She needs to Reno twice more. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe she got unlucky with family growth coming so late. She didn't have enough actions to get the Reno to round 12 in. Because, yeah, with Hawk Tower, you really should be getting that stone room. Stone room for only 2 clay total. Like, normally you have to build a wood room and then renovate it twice. Which is, like, 9 total resources. 7 for the initial room and then 2 for the Reno. Yeah. Oh well. That happens. Get a food from my Bohemian I forgot about. Does anyone else want to sew? No, no one else is able to even use the sew bake action. That's good. That's very good. So I could take 2 wood and a food here. I think though what I do is I take another grain. So that now when I do sew bake, I'll sow on all 3 of those fields, and then I'll harvest some, and then I will use Flat Hill. Yeah, this is going to be cool. So next in round 12, I plow 3, I sow again, and then I starting player Flat Hill and renovate to a clay house, and then I only need 1 more stone in order to get to a stone house. So that's really good. It does mean that I did 1 too many Reedstone food actions. I wasn't totally sure that Flat Hill was going to work out. Yeah. Viking Josh plays Sun Farmer, which links the reed and grain space. Or grain and sheep space, sorry. Yeah, Wallfly saying that late FG was very bad for her. I tend to agree. Late FG was very good for Adam and I. So my remaining actions, I'll do a sow action. I'll do and then probably two wood actions, something like that. No one else is able to use sow bake at all. So yeah, I think I should be safe not using it here. So I can do 2 wood and a food. Yeah, I mean, the beginning of the game went about as well as it could have for me, and I did draft a really strong card in bed, in the bed maker. So let's see if it'll be enough. I'm not sure that it will, but it probably should. I am going to have a really strong farm. Josh is going on starting player. Not too worried about that. Just as long as I get plow 1 field, I don't really care who's starting player. And hopefully Josh will want to do... Adam might do plow a field because it's worth 2 points for him and he doesn't have that many actions that are worth 2 points. But we'll see. Yeah, so I'm going to do a sow and then what? Another 2 wood action. I could take a cattle here just to make the cattle actions worse for Adam and for my opponents. I don't have a way of using the cattle, but Wallfly plays hobby farmer. That's cute. Means that I don't get a food from Bohemian this round. Damn, that's pretty unusual. Well, I guess it's not that unusual for once in the last 7 rounds for you to not get it. I guess it's probably pretty close to the expected value. Gonna do 2 wood again. I want to starve this game of wood. I want to make it really hard for Josh to score high so that I only have to worry about Adam. Wallfly, I'd be way more worried about Wallfly if Wallfly was going to get that stone room, but she's not. So, because then she would be at get to 5 stone rooms pretty easily. Because with 7 stone, yeah, it definitely would be doable for her. But 8 food, clay. Then I harvest 2. So yeah, I would like to get So Bake with my first action in round 14 probably. So probably my aim will be to starting player Flat Hill with my first action in round 13. That'll be my goal, starting player Flat Hill. So that means that I want to get plow 3 and then sow here, which is doable, totally doable. Adam's playing Fireplace. It looks like he's renovating, so that's good. More renos out of the way, the better for me. I need 4 more wood, so 2 more wood actions before I can fence. And then once I fence, I can start trying to get some animals. Want to get 2 of each type because then I get a bonus point. Nice, plow came around. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I cared about happening this round. So now all my plow actions are done. So now I just accumulate wood and food. Wood and food, that's pretty much all I care about now. Mm-hmm. Josh plays Storehouse Steward. Yeah. That's odd. That Josh played Sun Farmer and then Storehouse Steward this late. Adam made a comment about 3+ occupation, so I wonder if he means that Viking Josh has a minor improvement. Oh, it's probably not Viking. It's probably just King Josh is probably what you're supposed to say. Not that it really matters. Um, yeah. Both wood actions are gone. I'll do 4 food fishing. Just because I do need some food. And then also it gives it an extra round for 2 reed to get taken. And if 2 reed gets taken, that's a grain that I can sow when I do sow bake. I don't have to sow bake here. I could sow bake next round. Unlikely that Adam wants to sow here. Oh, Adam's out of moves. Yeah, okay, cool. The thing about Chord Maker is Chord Maker totally screws over the Basket Maker's Workshop player. Because why would I ever do take 1 grain when I can do take 2 reed in a grain? So reed is never going to accumulate for him, which he wants it to. So yeah, it's quite bad for him. So if Josh does, now he's not going to do sow bake. He's going to do steel plow next round. He's going to plow sow steel plow. So I can take a grain here. Take 2 reed and a grain. So an alternative thing I could do is instead of doing 8, I have 2 actions here, one of which is going to be sow bake. What's my other action? I could play Carpenter's Axe here. I could take stone. Taking, although I don't need to worry about rushing my Reno because there are only 3 Renos left, each the 3 of us going to stone. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna rush it then. I'll do either way. I'll do this. Get 4 food, and then I'll do. I could play Carpenter's Axe here, and then start building stables whenever I take wood, and then save my wood, save my fencing for the end of the game. I like that idea actually. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm not, even if I build, okay, if I build 4 stables instead of fencing 12, so if I fence 8 and then 4 stables as opposed to fencing 12, that's 1 more point. Does let me hold fewer animals though. Probably means that I don't fence 8, I fence like 7 maybe. Yeah, I think it's okay though. I think I'm gonna do this. And I get a food from Bohemian. Is it Bohemian? That is Bohemian. Yeah, with an A. That's what I was wondering. So yeah, my first action is going to be starting player, play Flat Hill. And then second action, probably take wood. Maybe take stone. I don't think I need to worry about rushing the stone though. 3 stone actions. There's no way they're going to be denied me. Well, it's very unlikely, I should say. It's not. There's no way. It is possible. So what do we see Adam do? Grab 2 sheep. So Adam only needs 1 more sheep to get to the... Or no, 4 is the minimum for animal reeve, right? Yeah, 4. So he's going to get to 4 of each type of animal. Quite nice. Yeah, that was always a pipe dream for me, but that's okay because I'm going to have a crap ton of points from other ways. Like I have 3 more people. Each person is worth 3 points. And I have 5 stone rooms to his 2. And the stone rooms are worth points. So just as long as I try not to have too many minuses. That'll be my goal for the rest of the game, is to get rid of those minus points. Adam grabbed another wood, so very likely he's planning on doing 3 stables. What will my next move be? Could grab stone. If none of the 3 stone spaces are taken, I'll grab wood. And start activating my carpenter's axe. Building those 1 wood stables. Yeah, all 3 stone actions available. I think carpenter's axe is pretty cool. When I first saw it, I thought, what the hell? But it's actually interesting because you need to have accumulated wood. And when you've accumulated that much wood, you're thinking about fencing. So carpenter's axe gives you the interesting question, do I hold on to this wood so that I can fence my ideal amount sooner, or do I sacrifice one of those wood to get a stable? Generally, I would say probably getting the stable is better, but there are going to be some choice times where it's better to choose the other direction. And anytime a minor or an occupation gives you that interesting choice, I think it's quite cool. Because now whenever I take wood, the question is, is it going to be good? Is it going to be worth it? Wallfly Reno's here. That makes me happy. Means that I don't have to worry about competing for Reno next round. Maybe for Reno Fence. But I'm the starting player, so I'm not too worried about that. So Wallfly's doing joinery. So yeah, with joinery, it's unlikely she's gonna rent a fence. It's unlikely she is going to fence because it's not usually worth that many points to fence when you do have the joinery. I'll grab 2 boar here. Worst case, 2 boar breeds once and is worth 3 points. It's a 3-point action, so if I get the other wood action, great. If not, I'm not too fussed. I am going to need to feed a lot at the end of the next round. So, like 1 so bake, where I bake the 2 grain, is not going to be enough. I'm going to need way more food than that. Like 2 bake actions would be good. Maybe I need to think about fireplace or cooking hearth. Yeah, maybe. How much do I have here? I'll have 8 at the end of this harvest, or I'll feed 8. 8 food in a clay, so I'll have 3. And then bake 2, that's 11. And then I'm gonna need 11 more. So I'll probably end up eating like raw grain at the end of the game or something. Raw grain and vegetables. This is not ideal. Not ideal at all. So here's where I regret not playing throwing axe, because throwing axe would have been worth like 6 or 8 food, which might be the difference between like 5 or 6 points. We shall see. We shall see. I can't believe I considered not getting, like, if I hadn't got stone oven, oh, I would be so screwed. I don't know what I was thinking. I needed to know that I needed a ton of food with 5 people. Yeah, stone oven was actually super key for me. I should have realized it a lot earlier. I have 2 moves left. I can take wood. And then do, I don't know, take clay maybe in preparation of building cooking hearth. Or I can just take clay and then build cooking hearth. I think I want to take wood again because it'll let me build another stable, which will let me breed my boar. Yeah, that seems okay. So take wood, and then if I take 2 clay, is that enough to build cooking hearth and eat clay twice more? No, I would need a 3rd clay. Or I would need, yeah, I need a 3 clay take. So hopefully I'll get 3 clay and then cooking hearth next round. That's my, oh, but if I build cooking hearth now, I can bake an extra 2 grain next round into 6 food each. That is making a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I think I gotta do that. Take 2 clay and then build cooking hearth, and then when I do so bake next round, I can bake 4 grain. Okay. So this action is actually like crazy important to me. Oh, did I get I think I get Bohemian. I might have missed Bohemian in round 12 as well. Oh well, I'm not too worried about it. Get a food from Bohemian, and now I sow a vegetable. And I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So now I only need four more food, which is much more attainable. This is a nice 3-point action for Adam. Actually, it's pretty nice that he got denied, so pretty happy about that. So it would have been worth, what? Maximizes his grain and 2 more. So would have been like a 5-point action for him. So yeah, that's really good. Really good that he got denied that. So I'll do 3 wood and build a stable and get a food. So I have to take stone before I reno. So I guess I would like to reno fence, but probably Josh will reno fence because he can go ahead of me. So I probably have to do stone, then do a reno major, and then fence. That'll probably be my sequence. But I'll save the reno fence for the end because I might be able to reno fence, play market stall, which will give me another 3 food. And then I won't have to eat anything on my farm. So I will end up with 2 minus points, 1 for boar and 1 for sheep and 1 for cattle. So that's pretty poor. I definitely wanted to have avoided that. But I will still have a pretty nice farm. We'll see if it's enough. I don't know. Adam will have a lot of bonus points, so I'm not sure if it will be enough to overcome. We shall see. No surprise there. Adam 3 stables. So yeah, I'll hold on to my reno action till my last move. So I can do, so I'll do, what was the first move going to be again? I don't remember now. I need to do fence. Oh, I need to take stone, of course, because I don't have enough stone. Now I have 5 stone. So yeah, I actually did one too many reedstone food actions, and if that reedstone food action had been this 4 stone here, I didn't need that extra reed. And then that reed ends up, that action can be a cattle or a sheep, which is an extra 2 points. I also could have grown earlier as well. I could have grown more aggressively than I did. Although I'm pretty happy with how the growth queue ended up going. I can't complain too much about it, so I don't know. Fence 10. So there's Adam's 47. I think I called about exactly that. So it's pretty typical when you're playing Cowboy and Mother. You very reliably score in the mid to high 40s. The question is whether or not it's going to be enough to win. Will it be enough to win? I have to imagine that I hit like 48 or 49. That would be my guess. But I'm not sure. I guess I don't have any bonus points, so it's totally farm. So what? I've got 10 points from my stone rooms. I've got 15 points from my family, so that's 25. I have 4 points from my fields. That's 29. I have 4 points from my vegetables, 33. 3 points from my grain. That's 36. 3 from the stone oven, 39. Cooking hearth is 40. And then pastures is 2. Stables is 2, 44. And then I reno. And I don't have a miner to play, I don't believe. No, nothing. And then I'll do 10 food. So I can do 20, basically 20 food in a boar. And then I get to get rid of all these beggars. And I find out what that final score is, and I'm honestly not sure. 43. Yeah, it's not enough. I only score 43. That's a little disappointing. Oh yeah, not really all that close. Hmm. Where could my score have been better? Yeah. Throwing axe. Was not playing throwing axe a big mistake? Might have been. Maybe my food situation would have been way easier if I had. I only scored. I planned on getting 4 pastures and 4 fed stables, so that would have been another 4 points, which is enough for a tie. If I do the correct stone sequence, I get 2 more points, which is a cattle. Yeah. Not enough. GG. So I think Bedmaker is really strong, but I didn't. I mean, I played it okay. I could have played it better. You can always play better. I don't know. Maybe I spent too many actions taking food. Not enough bonus points. Stone oven was huge. If I hadn't got stone oven, my game would have been really sunk. Stone oven and potter. I'm trying to think about occupations I could have drafted differently. I'm not sure. Anyways, it was a fun game. We got to see some J minus 10. Yeah, I thought I was going to be ahead of Adam. I thought I was going to hit like 48, but I was not that high. Missing out on sheep and cattle is in cattle is pretty unforgivable, considering the fact that I had 5 people so early. So my people were all so dedicated to. I did a lot of 2 wood actions. So I thought I needed to do 2 wood actions because it would have let me. Because it kept the wood. I needed the wood really badly because I spent so much wood. Like even Wallfly didn't build any fences. Josh fenced 4. Adam was the only one who fenced at all decently. I fenced decently too, but I built 3 wooden rooms. Yeah. Maybe too many 2 wood actions, and I needed to do other stuff, like take 1 cattle earlier. Because, yeah, if I had done, instead of that last reedstone food, if I had done a 2 stone action, that saves me an action which I can use to get an animal, which is 2 points. Yeah. I was pretty sure that if I'd gotten the Reeve bonus, I would have won for sure, but there's no way that was going to happen. Not when I built 5 rooms. Maybe building the 5th room was a mistake. When did I build the 5th room and grow? Was that was early though. That was really early. It was like round 9. Yeah, I think if you can get to 5 people in round 9, it should be worth it. But I didn't get enough out of those actions. I had a ton of actions, but yeah, I did too many. Yeah, I guess I did too many 2 wood, so I did the exact same thing I complained about the other day, where people did 2 wood actions, and that you can't win if you do too many of them. So maybe that's a lesson learned for me. I think if I had gotten my first pick miner out, my first pick miner would have given me an extra. Would have been worth like 10 food because it would have been about 2 food per round. And then if I'm getting 2 food per round, I can do other stuff like I can let my boar breed, and I can do a wood action instead of getting cooking hearth. And then I can try to get the cooking hearth in round 14 instead, or round 12. Yeah, round 14 instead. Yeah, so maybe that was a mistake that I thought I was. Yeah, because paying off that borrower is obviously very expensive. If I hadn't needed that much, but I mean, what can I say? I had to use borrower. That was the only way I was going to get to grow that early, and I got to grow crazy early. So yeah, I was happy with my crop points. I got almost maximum on everything except for grain. It was my animals that really let me down, that I was missing 2 types of animals, and that I was missing 2 points from pastures and 2 points from stables. Those were my letdowns. So I had basically 8 points that I could have gotten better. Anyways, fun game. That's Chris's J. It's a use J deck, which will be the first expansion. It's gonna come, I don't know, Christmas time maybe. It'll be before AG3 is published, and it's the first expansion for AG2. Some of the miners seem really strong, like way too strong. Like there's a 1 wood miner that gives 6 food, which is nuts. 1 wood for 6 food. So good. But yeah, I'll probably be doing lots of more playtesting of that in the future, and of course we'll keep playtesting AG3. Hopefully at some point we're going to get a response from you so we can get some more direction about making changes to AG3, which I think some of us would like to do. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. I think we're now at 93 subs on the YouTube channel, so just 7 more and I'll do like I'll do like 2 games every day, or at least a game a day for a week or something when we hit 100, because that'll be kind of cool. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Give me a follow over at twitch.tv/play_agricola. And then you can talk with me live or point out my errors or say, wow, you are so stupid, which sometimes I feel that way. I did make a couple, like not taking a read as aggressively as I could have in the early game, but then would my feeding have been harder? I don't know. It's always difficult to say. Always so difficult to say. I did make some mistakes this game though, for sure. So yeah, you can always get better. Congrats to Adam. Like I said, Adam really strong. Cowboy and Mother, you very reliably score in the high 40s. And I knew what I needed to beat. I needed to hit like 47, 48 to win, and I did not do that. So with a card as strong as Bedmaker, I probably should have. So, that happens. Congrats to those guys. That was fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.